Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the LMP2 Let's get into it. Let's see. It looks like we had a hardware issue and got kicked. We're coming back into the race. Lap 6. We're loading back in now. Looking for any possible more repairs we may need or something. Nothing happened there. And we will be off and running. Well, this is the LMP2 prototype challenge. We're in the Dallara P217 here. It is a 20-minute race. B license requirement for entry. We shouldn't need to make any stops for fuel. This is a sprint race. Although, now that I'm seeing a GT3, maybe this isn't the LMP2 prototype challenge. Thought it was, but you know what? That's right. Our field was multi-class, and we're seeing GT3s. This is IMSA. Fixed series. We had an issue with our car. Well, actually, most likely our computer or headset we had an issue with. And we're gonna start this race basically a few laps down because we had to reload into the game. That's why we're missing so many laps and the start of the race here. I'm sure we're well into our hardware issues at this point. Strength of the field today is a 1971. We're coming into this race with a 1501 rating. Looks like we're currently 10th in our class, catching a GT3 car now. Starting to catch and pass some more GT3 cars. Whoa, one of them off on the side. It was looking like our overall pace in this race is in the top 3 or 4 cars in our class. So we really had the pace here. We just got screwed over by hardware or computer issues, maybe software, not sure what it was at the time. Catching a Porsche GT3 here. We'll take the racing line. Slow GT3 off to the side. Looks like they might be pulling into the pits. At least they were out of the way. Quite a few hazards out on this track today. Starting to catch another GT3 just ahead of us. You can see them now. Whoa, slow GT3 car. Actually, a not moving GT3 car disappeared. I don't know if that was a internet or getting towed issue there, but thankfully they got out of the way just in time. Looks like a GTP hypercar just coming out of the pits. They're going to come out behind us and eventually be wanting to pass. Some more GT3 cars just ahead. Catching the GT3 right as the hypercar is catching us. I think they're going to have to wait, maybe. No, they're going to go for it here. We slowed up extra for that. We didn't need trouble. Getting a little loose coming out of Moss Corner. You can see a big dark mark we put down with our tires there. Thought we might have been able to just stay up there with that GTP, but we slowed it up for the GT3. It's possible they're the leaders, and we're just trying to stay out of the way, knowing we're several laps down because we had to reload into the race. Not sure how many laps down we are at the moment. Hypercars battling behind us, making this a real hard time for us. We don't want to be holding people up. They are going to come into this Moss Corner side by side. The Porsche's going to end up in front there. I think we got a clean exit that time. This should be a good opportunity for them to get by. Whoa, cars going off the track in front of us. A GT3 and a hypercar. That Acura is going to look to get by again. They struggled to get by on this straight just ahead here. We'll see if they can catch and pass us this time. Looks like we now have two hypercars behind us. Again, this Acura and a new Porsche hypercar coming up quick. They're going to be a little more forceful this time maybe, but there's nothing we can do. They're going to block. slowing down both the hypercars. We're staying in front for the time being. Well, we're all looking to pass each other at the same time now. Coming up to this GT3, we're going to go to the far outside, force them into the middle. Looks like we made it through cleanly. Still 10th in our class, several laps down, I'm sure. We had to reload into the race. I don't think this had anything to do with our driving skill or ability here. We didn't seem to have crashed or anything early on. It was just a disconnect. The GTP hypercars have finally got out in front and have stayed there. It's pretty clear track behind us. Still, we might see some GT3s in front, but it's looking pretty clear at the moment. Not a lot of traffic ahead. Uh-oh, we've got some smoke. Slow cars up ahead. Looks like maybe the hypercar got into it with the GT3 there. We only got to see that briefly. LMP2 car losing control, exiting Moss Corner. We're going to pass them. We are still 10th in our class currently. GT3 car ahead is going to be pulling into the pits. We've got another one not too far ahead. We went a little bit wide. Flag is waving. That could be the white flag. Last lap, I think. We're going to use the GT3 car to get away from that yellow LMP2 car behind us. Looks like we have a tiny bit of damage on the front end. I wonder if maybe we did get into something early on in the race that we didn't get to see in the replay. Our replay did start us out like on lap 6. So I think we were a few laps into the race and then something crashed, hardware or software on my end. Maybe it was just an internet cut. I didn't have the best internet at the time. That's the checkered flag. The race is over. I do not know where we started this race. I think it was top 5 though. We'll assume that. We finished in 10th. We lost 12 points, so we went from a 15:01, we're down to a 14:89. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.